Today, we're at Yas Marina Circuit, the home of Formula One's season finale in Abu Dhabi. It's the Middle East's answer to Monaco, where a good number of fans watch the race from the comfort of their yachts. In our opinion, this F1 circuit trumps every other when it comes to aesthetics. All that makes it hard to remember that it's also a very well-designed racetrack with long straights and challenging chicanes. I'm Katie Overy, and today I'm going to be taking on Yas Marina Circuit for myself. Of course, Yas Marina Circuit is best known for Formula One, and for good reason. Since the track opened in 2009, it has hosted the season finale many times with nail-biting showdowns, such as Sebastian Vettel's first ever championship in 2010 and Nico Rosberg's title triumph over Lewis Hamilton in 2016. The 5.2-kilometre track snakes around a mammoth 16 turns on its updated full layout. That's nearly 3.5 miles. But an F1 car can tackle that in under 100 seconds. The first half of the circuit is dominated by two flat-out straights where most overtakes are done. The back half is much slower and technical as it winds around the marina that the track is named after before heading through the eye-catching 5-star W Abu Dhabi hotel. Yes, you heard that right. This futuristic bird's nest-like building whose exterior lights up at night has the last few corners run around and underneath it. And while we're on the subject of the W Hotel, let's take a little detour and have a look round the most beautiful hotel in Abu Dhabi. The race cars can wait. Now back to this gorgeous circuit. Do you know the best part about it? Anyone can come here and sample the circuit for themselves. I'm not kidding. The circuit has a selection of cars for visitors to experience. There's the single-seater Formula Yas 3000, Caterham 7, Ferrari 458 Challenge, and the Aston Martin Vantage GT4. Today I'll be trying out the Formula Yas 3000 and the Vantage GT4, but before I get behind the wheel, let's find out a little more about the circuit. If you're a race fan with little interest in driving a race car, you can get an exclusive sneak peek behind the scenes with the circuit tour. In addition to taking you around the circuit, this guided tour will offer you access to areas usually reserved for teams, drivers, and the VIPs. Like here, in the pit lane. These garages might not look like much, but over race weekend, this would be a hub of activity. Each garage transforms into a high-tech base for every race team. While over here on the pit lane is the closest you can get to the action. Here is where the race engineer communicates with their driver, whilst trying to contain their anxiety as the cars speed around the circuit. From down in the pits, let's now head up to the podium. Ordinarily, these 3 steps are reserved for the 3 fastest drivers on the track, but not if you're part of a Yas Marina Circuit tour. Imagine standing on this top step in front of the main grandstand, spraying the winner's rose water and having fireworks explode overhead. This is an incredible opportunity. During Grand Prix weekend, most fans will sit in the grandstand. The tour takes you to the North Grandstand, where fans get a top-down view of the tightest hairpin on the track. That's where overtaking moves begin, as drivers look for the best possible exit down the main straight. And with this hairpin being the slowest point on the track, these seats give you a great opportunity to take photographs of the F1 cars as they speed around the circuit. Grandstand seats might be great, but I think the best seat in the house is there, because that is Shams Tower. That is where the royal family gets to sit on race day, and I would think they are the most exclusive seats in the entire F1 calendar. Even drivers and team owners can't access here on a race day. Sitting high above turn 1, there's no better place to see the start or end of a race. There's one last stop to talk about before I feel like I'll be ready to take on the Yas Marina Circuit myself. We're at the place where the track gets its name from Yas Marina. Plenty of Formula One fans here. With views like this, it's not hard to see of how on the edge race drivers live when you can see how close to the marina's water these cars get while cornering at over 100 miles per hour. It might be a few years before I can take control of my very own super yacht, but I think I'm just about ready to tackle the track. This might look like a Formula One car, but this is the Formula Yas 3000. Not quite as powerful as its bigger brother, but still just enough power to make you feel like Lewis Hamilton, especially if you're just an amateur. The 3-litre engine generates 260 brake horsepower, which is a lot of juice for a car that weighs in at just 650 kilos. Real downforce generating wings will keep me glued to the road as I speed around the track. The Aston Martin Vantage GT4 comes with a 4-litre turbocharged V8 engine with 503 brake horsepower, capable of powering the car to a whopping 300 kilometers per hour top speed. Thanks to the slick Pirellis and the F1 style paddle shift gears, I'll be able to enjoy going from 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds. If that all sounds like a bit too much car for you, don't worry. One of Yas Marina's expert instructors will explain every step and be there in the passenger seat if you're driving a 2-seater to make sure you get the most from your experience. Well, I'm still not a professional driver, but I got to feel like one for 20 minutes, and I'd love to do it again. Whether you stick to a circuit tour, jump in a race car with an instructor, or tackle the track in your own vehicle, you're sure to have a great time at the unique Yas Marina Circuit here in Abu Dhabi. For more on this experience and many others from around the world, be sure to visit fortlock.com.